Welcome to Little Did You Know Travel. I'm Damian Little. Thanks for traveling with me today. Today we're checking out the Hilton in Prague, Czech Republic, a hotel that I've been to a few times. We'll take a look at the newly renovated executive lounge and how you too can get access to free happy hour and hors d'oeuvres plus breakfast. All that's coming up on this episode of Little Did You Know Travel. So hello from the Hilton Prague in the Czech Republic. I've been to this hotel now endless number of times, and I think in 2007 was my first visit. It's still an impressive hotel. It's ginormous. The atrium inside is very cool. The service, it's really good for European standards nowadays. Back in the day it was better, but what is it? The executive lounge of this hotel was just renovated and opened up yesterday. So I had the chance to check out this newly renovated executive lounge. Very modern, the rooms are very modern. It's kind of an interesting, when you walk in, you are kind of like in awe over just the sheer size of the atrium. And then there's a lot of hotel rooms in this place. But yeah, it's an old solid favorite. There's two Hiltons in Prague. One is called the Hilton Old Town, a little more conveniently located. This one's about another 10-minute walk into the city center. But it's also easier to get out of this hotel to the highway, so to and from the airport. If you stay in the city center, sometimes those taxi rides can really just add up in time because you're kind of stuck in traffic in the old streets of Prague. So both hotels are solid. This is my favorite. I got a soft spot in my heart for it. This was where I kind of fell in love with Hilton at this hotel. So yeah, check it out if you're in Prague. In the comments below, what is your favorite hotel in the world and why? Let me know. So this is a large hotel, and there's a lot of different room types and suites in this hotel. There's also a large convention center on the lower levels. Now here in the main atrium, right there, we're underneath those tent-looking awning. That's the main restaurant. That's where breakfast is served in the morning. I was offered to eat in the executive lounge or in that restaurant as a Hilton Diamond. At check-in, I was told I was upgraded to an executive room. I did ask if a suite was available because historically I always got either a suite or a junior suite at this hotel. This time, just a standard executive room on the 7th floor. The executive lounge is on the 8th. I believe floor 7 and 8 are considered executive. Now on the 9th floor of this hotel is a rooftop bar called Cloud 9. If you're into a club environment or want to see the good views, it is a pretty neat place. Now here's the standard executive room. Now my view was into the atrium of the hotel, but definitely renovated since my last visits here. Very clean and crisp. The bed was comfortable. The lighting was good. There were plugs all around, nice big TV, and generally a very quiet room. Now the bathroom definitely didn't get that much of an update when they renovated. However, it was never really bad, but the shower was a bit small, and to be honest, the bathroom was a bit tight. Not horrible, but a little tight. So before heading back into the town, I went up to the executive lounge. This was like 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and I was told that the executive lounge just reopened after COVID and a major renovation. So this was right in early June of 2022. A beautiful modern lounge, a lot of different seating options, a nice buffet area. I will say I did like the old lounge better because the service was better and it did have a much larger service area. But I was impressed for this really off time for an executive lounge. Water, soft drinks, but also beer, which a lot of these hotels in Europe now start to lock up beer during the day, and it's only available during the happy hours in the evening. But overall, for executive lounge in Europe, it definitely feels luxurious. They had nice finger foods around, and of course, if you want a tea or coffee, that's available. Here's a look back to my stay in 2012, and you can see the lounge was a lot different. Now look at all that booze at the top. Now, the hotel used to offer like this massive alcohol selection at night, but they also would offer alcohol basically all day long. Much different lounge back then. You could do breakfast to order as well. And yeah, it was the good old days, I guess you would say, for those of us traveling a lot. But that's the way the lounge looked. So definitely dated. It had that early 2000s feel. So it's very modern now. And the evening service, however, in current time was a bit disappointing. But hey, it's a free executive lounge that I have access with status, so you can't complain. And like I said, it's very modern. Now, what was offered in the evening was not much. Now, there was a few spirits, some beer, some wine, soft drinks, etc. There was also finger foods and a lot of cheeses, all of which were very good, but once again, a Hilton in Europe with soup as the hot option. I don't know if that's a new thing, but 3 of the Hilton properties I stayed at, soup was the offering at night, and it was warmer out. It was early summer. So soup, not very exciting. So the Hilton Prague is a solid choice, especially if you have status with Hilton. And this goes for a lot of the major branded hotels throughout the world. Their highest tier status gets access to like the executive lounge I showed you here in the Hilton Prague. And there's a lot of perks that can be pretty valuable, most importantly, the free breakfast. Now this hotel had it in the lounge or in the restaurant. It was my choice. Snacks throughout the day along with drinks, and on a cold winter's day sometimes a nice cup of coffee or a hot chocolate for free is quite valuable. The evening reception, well, it's not as good as it used to be. Europe used to be fairly decent where you could get away with eating stuff in the lounge that would cover you for dinner, and there would be a wide variety of alcoholic beverages and snacks and beers. It's kind of been cut down a little bit in Europe, especially for the Hilton brand, and it's unfortunate. Don't get me started how lounges are in the United States at Hilton. They're quite useless, normally with cans of Coke and some peanuts and everything else they want to charge you for. Asia and the Middle East, however, the hotels there are still holding those high standards. It's really unfortunate to see how the Hilton Prague has kind of diminished over the years, but it's still a clean, solid, great hotel in a really decent location. So next time you're in Prague, check out the Hilton Prague or its baby brother, the Hilton Prague Old Town, which is a solid, more boutique-style hotel located a little closer to the city center. And keep your eye out for some really great deals at both of these hotels. I've gotten some great cash prices on off-season and fringe season when Hilton has some European sales, so keep your eye out for them. Also, the point value at both of these hotels can be very valuable. To get a full-service branded hotel in a major touristy city in Europe, it's something to definitely look into. Well, thanks for traveling with me today to the Hilton Prague and a little sneak peek there at the Hilton Prague Old Town. We'll see you next time on Little Did You Know Travel.